My name is Vanessa Ricard, and I'm here with my colleague Corinne Gararno.
Hello, everyone.
And we are here to talk about our germicidal UVC quartz lamp called the Lumicleanse by Light Efficient Design. This lamp eliminates bacteria, mold, viruses, and pathogens. It uses a 254 nanometer wavelength, and you can put it on any surface or hang from any ceiling. This product uses 38 watts, 120 volts, comes with an 8-foot power cord, can be set on a timer for 15, 30, and 60 minutes, and has an integrated 360-degree motion sensor. Today, we're going to be going over the who, the what, the where, the why, and the how.
But first, let's review together the cleaning techniques offered on the market right now. The purpose of this presentation is really for you guys to properly understand the product and its technology so that you feel comfortable afterwards explaining to your client how light-based cleaning actually kills viruses and bacteria. So here are the different types of cleaning methods on the market right now. So light efficient design is not involved in chemical cleanings nor surface coating, but chemical cleaning and surface coating are going to still continue to play a very important part of cleaning your facilities. So when we talk about chemical cleaning, you can think about products such as Clorox, which has a bleach base. This is pretty much used everywhere. On the other end, surface coating is more up and coming. You can basically spray on different type of surfaces, and it's going to give you days and even more months of protection. But again, the goal of today is to look at light-based cleaning solution. So here are the three types of light-based cleaning methods currently available. You have UVCs, far UVCs, and white light disinfection. But today we'll only be focusing on the UVC technology. The other two technologies are great, but there are still a lot of experiences to do, and there's still a lot of questions to be answered before it goes to a market. So for today, let's keep the focus on UVC technologies.
So how does this light disinfect? So light is a form of electromagnetic radiation. On the right side, you have your visible light, okay? Anything from 400 nanometers to 780 nanometers. Everything on the left is what we would call invisible light, which would be the UVAs, the UVBs, which are situated between 280 nanometers and 400 nanometers. And then we have our UVC, okay, which is between 254 nanometers and 280 nanometers. UVC is a man-made form of electromagnetic radiation, and it is harmful to humans, to plants, to animals, and obviously microorganisms. Okay, so this is a very simple description of how the UVC lamp will affect bacteria. So before a UVC treatment, you see one microorganism, and its whole goal is to reproduce. So it wants to reproduce, multiply into more little microorganisms. As we see here, top right, the DNA strand is complete, which means that the bacteria can reproduce. Once DNA from a microorganism has been exposed to a UVC treatment, so the light, it actually will cut, it will break the DNA strand, which means that the microorganism will actually have cellular death, which means it is no longer harmful to us, as an example, as humans, and can no longer reproduce.
Vanessa, I'm sure you know, but there's a question that is burning my lips right now. What about COVID-19? Does the Lumicleanse kill COVID-19?
The Lumicleanse will eliminate COVID-19. So yes.
Amazing. So we see a lot of different companies out there promoting germicidal lamps that uses different technologies, different products, and there's confusion on the market. So let's clarify the situation. You have mercury vapor, and this is a technology that is currently used in the Lumicleanse, and it operates at 254 nanometers. On the other end, you have UVC LED, which operate more between 275 to 280 nanometers. So it turns out that both of those wavelength works. So why is it that Light Efficient Design uses mercury vapor in their first product on the market? So first, mercury vapor has been around for many years, 20 plus years. So you can definitely find this type of technology at a lower cost today. Since Light Efficient Design wanted to bring a product to market the fastest as possible, at the lowest cost possible, they could only do that with mercury vapor. So to recap, Light Efficient Design wanted to be first to market at the lowest price possible with an ETL and CUL tested product. And by the way, this was extremely important for Light Efficient Design. They will never get behind any type of product that doesn't have a proper certification and listing. They also wanted the Lumicleanse to be simple to use and safe to use. Third-party testing. So because the CIO, Chief Innovation Officer of Light Efficient Design, has a background in testing, they know the labs to go to, so they constantly they're checking and testing their product against different type of organism to make sure that the technology is effective at killing a different type of viruses and organism. By the way, these are living and breathing documents, and they're downloadable on Light Efficient Design websites.
So we're gonna look at the specs. I actually have one right here with me. So this is our wonderful Lumicleanse lamp. So it is 17 inches tall. It is 7 inches wide. It has a nice hook on the top so we can hang it from the ceiling. It is metallic. And the bulb is glass. It also has the integrated motion sensor that we can see right here, which is 360 degrees. What's very interesting about this product is that we mentioned before that it was a very safe product to use. So first thing that I mentioned is that this UVC lamp will harm humans, will harm animals, and will harm plants. So how can we have this lamp installed in a room without being exposed to it? It comes with a nice remote. So you can actually determine exactly the amount of time that you want your UVC lamp to run, and you can start it from the outside of a room. What was also very important for Light Efficient Design is that they wanted to use and create a product that did not create ozone. Okay, so a lot of the competition out there will have products that will emit ozone from their germicidal lamps. They wanted to avoid cough. They wanted to avoid causing chest pains to people and having lung irritants in the air, because these are being used in smaller areas. Where and when can we use the germicidal Lumicleanse lamp? So we have a couple of images here to give you guys a few ideas. So office spaces, bathrooms, conference rooms, maintenance areas, hotel rooms, service counters. We can think of daycares, we can think of gyms, we can even think of old folks' homes. Okay, so how can we track and measure the UVC exposure? We can, okay, so there's a 15-minute runtime that will cover 100 square feet. The 30-minute runtime will cover 150 square feet, and the 60-minute runtime will cover 300 square feet. So how can we measure and verify the ultraviolet germicidal irradiation exposure on a surface? It would be with this dosimeter here. A dosimeter will use a photochromatic ink that will change color as it is exposed to UVC light at exactly 254 nanometers. This is a small chart just to give you guys an example of at 254 nanometers of Exposure. When will the bacteria, the molds, and the yeast and the viruses be eliminated? So if we look here at 254 nanometers, whether it be bacteria, molds, and yeast or viruses, you have the exact number of microjoules per centimeter square needed to eliminate the pathogen. COVID-19, okay, needs an exposure of at least 50 millijoules per centimeter square to be eliminated. This means that if we look at our dosimeter on the screen, you need to have light pink and light pink on the surface of the inside of the circle and towards the 50 microjoules per centimeter square.
All right, so let's compare the Lumicleanse to other products you can find on the market at the moment. So these types of comparison are important to keep in mind if you have clients that come to you saying they found something amazing and similar on the internet, but at a cheaper price. So the goal of this is really to give you arguments to counter argue. So here's our unit to the left, and to your right, you have a unit purchase on Amazon at $130. So the UVC lamp to your right is made of very thin plastic, is extremely flimsy, doesn't have CUL ETL, doesn't have an integrated sensor, doesn't produce, well, actually produce ozone, most probably, and doesn't have any warranty. So yes, similar price point, but a huge difference in terms of quality and safety. And this is definitely not something that should be neglected when making a purchase like this one. Future projects. As mentioned earlier, Light Efficient team is already working on the next generation of germicidal lamps. The next two lamps that I'm about to show you are designed to be at a higher price point, higher power, with a quicker duration for disinfection. So the unit right here is called the UVC tower. It's going to be good for bigger spaces. You will be able to use the tower to disinfect 500 to 700 square feet spaces. So think of gym, reception halls, for instance. It's the same technology as the one we currently use in the Lumicleanse, but again, disinfect bigger spaces. This is the UVC LED cart. It has a telescopic arm that pops out, and you can angle the light engine and decide where you want to blast the light. Again, more expensive and can be used in larger spaces with a quicker disinfection time. So these two new germicidal lamps should be available as of end of spring 2021.
So I'm going to go through a few questions that you guys are probably asking yourselves. Okay, so what is the coverage area for the motion sensor? So it is 25 feet. Okay, so it's a 25-foot diameter around your Lumicleanse light. So is the light effective against COVID-19? It absolutely will kill COVID-19 with an exposure of those 50 microjoules per centimeter square. Is the light safe to use? Absolutely. Using that integrated motion sensor or microwave remote, as well as having that ETL and that CUL certification makes this lamp extremely safe. Can the UVC light damage plants? Mentioned it before, it's very important to understand that this will harm plants, animals, and humans. Good question here. Does the UVC light fade fabrics, paintings, and other materials? So I would like to compare this to the other invisible lights, so the UVAs and the UVBs that we saw on our spectrum before. Would you expose a, as an example, Picasso painting to direct sunlight? The answer is no. So we would use the exact same logic with the UVC germicidal bulb, keeping important either fabrics or paintings away from this lamp. The life of the lamp is 10,000 hours, and we recommend replacing the bulb every 5,000 hours to make sure it's giving the correct output. And the warranty on the bulb, the lamp itself is 1 year.